Hi, welcome to Flashback Generations. Today we're going to be doing an overview of Survive Escape from Atlantis, and Simon's got some geeky facts for you.
Well, as a kid, I used to play this when I was about 5 years old in 1984. I didn't know the rules or anything. It was awesome. I really loved it back then. So I had to pick it up, had to review it, and here we are. We're going to delve right into it.
Firstly, we're going to look at the contents of the game. So we've got our board, we've got our island tiles in desert, forest and mountains. We've also got our little meeples crying out for help and our boats, which fit 3 meeples in.
And probably more importantly, where would Atlantis be without the monsters? So what we have here is we actually have the sea monsters. We have the whale. We have the dolphins, which are an expansion. The octopus, which is another expansion. And the sharks, all of which have a significant part to play in your survival.
And lastly, we actually have the dice. The board comes with the normal red dice, but we've actually got an expansion pack which has got a few more options on it on our blue dice. Next, we're going to run through how to actually set the board up. So once you've placed all your island tiles down, you'll want to put your meeples down and take it in turns. If there's 4 of you, you'll have a different colour of meeple each, but we often play a 2-player game and we end up with 2 colours each. The next thing to do is decide where you want to put your boats to be of most advantage to your meeples.
So each of your meeples has a different value on the bottom of their base. What you're trying to do is get all of them from this island that's sinking, Atlantis, to the mainland over here, which there's 4 of.
Next, we're going to run through the game sequence. When it becomes your turn, you have 4 steps that you have to take. The first one is play a terrain. Next, you make 3 moves. After that, you remove a terrain. And finally, you get to roll the dice.
So the first thing you do is you can play a red tile that you have from earlier on in the game. In this case, it's a whale. I'm going to play it now. I can move this whale and place it anywhere unoccupied. So the next step is you have 3 moves to make. In this case, I'm green and yellow. I'm going to move this guy into the boat, this guy into the boat, and then I'm going to move this boat away from the whale. Then I'm going to remove a terrain piece. In this case, I'm looking at this blue guy and I'm going to remove it from his square. I get to keep this, but Lindsay doesn't know what it is. In the last bit, I'm going to roll the dice. In this case, this monster isn't on the board, so it's over to Lindsay's turn.
So the first step I actually can't do, so I can't play a terrain because I've not actually got a red one to play. So I'm going to move on to actually moving my meeples around. So now I'm going to make 3 moves for my meeples. I am red and blue today, so I'm going to initially move 1, 2 of my blue men in there, and then for my 3rd move I'm going to put my red one in this boot over here.
I'm going to make a point as well. If your guys are in the water, they can only ever move 1 square. So even if this guy does swim over to there, he can't get inside the boat.
So the next thing I'm going to do is remove one of the terrain tiles. You have to always initially remove tiles that are near to the ocean. And first of all, we take away the desert tiles. So I'm actually going to take away this from underneath Simon's meeple, and it's actually a green tile, so it gets played into action straight away, and it's a shark. So unfortunately for Simon, a shark is going to come and eat what is hopefully his number 6 green figure.
But fortunately for me, as you saw earlier, I have an anti-shark one, so I'm going to kill him. It's a bit of a one-off, maybe confusing, but he survives.
Finally, I'm going to roll the dice. And I've got a whale, and I get to move him 3 spaces. Simon's boat is actually 2 spaces away, so I believe I'm still allowed to actually sink his boat there. So the boat goes.
No anti-whale repellent this time.
And Simon's people are left to drown in the sea.
They're fine. So this game has a lot of nostalgia for me. I quite enjoy it. It's very casual. You can play it with your children, you can play it with your grandparents. It's got a very silly theme to it. It's just fun, really. It's very casual, probably not for the hardcore gamers, but you know, we're all a bit lighthearted now and then.
But I really enjoy the competition and try and save your most valuable meeples.
So if you liked this video and you liked us talking about more casual games than Batman or whatever, leave your comments below. Thanks for watching. See you later.